Hey, Goddess, it's Abiola, and we are live. Welcome to Goddess Temple Sunday, your 20-minute blast of inspiration, motivation, and transformation to set your week off right. All right, so we are doing something different this week. I am simulcasting to Instagram as well. Have I done Instagram lives in a long time? No, I haven't. If you're wanting to join us every week, this is for my YouTube fam who always says, Abiola, when are the Goddess Temple Sundays? Well, they're on Sunday, and they're at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can join me on Facebook.com/Abiola TV. And I'm also the founder of the Spiritpreneur Guru Academy. So if you want to take a free masterclass, head over to richgoddess.club. Yes, okay, so the goddesses are gathering on Facebook. So Goddess Kenny is in the house. Good morning. Goddess Damali's in the house, and it is her birthday weekend. Good morning, Goddess Damali. Happy birthday weekend to you. Goddess Chantel is here. Good morning. And Goddess Damali, who was the goddess who also shared your birthday weekend besides all the 20 people in our family? Somebody else on Goddess Temple Sunday also shared your birthday weekend. And then to all the Instagram people, hello, welcome to Goddess Temple Sunday, your 20-minute blast of inspiration, motivation, and transformation for incredible women to set your week off right. All right, so my loves, this week, we are talking about excuses. Excuses, the excuses that we make in our lives to hold us back. Oh, wait, let me scroll down because Facebook is here trying to hide my goddesses from me. Goddess Danielle, good morning. Goddess Samantha, good morning. All my Belize goddesses are in the house, and I still feel we still have that Belize energy. We were in Belize at the Goddess I was going to say the Goddess Temple Sunday. It was Goddess Temple, but it was in Belize at the Goddess Pray, Love, Transformational Feminine Power Retreat. And I'm still feeling the energy from my Belize goddesses like Goddess Samantha and Goddess Danielle, Goddess Damali, Goddess Courtney, Goddess Rachel. Good morning. A long time. Yes, Coach Roz. Good morning. Goddess Maria. Yes, and Goddess Giovanna is here. You know what? I want to pull some cards, but I didn't bring them with me. So give me a second. Stay right there. Let me get some cards. All right? Let's get some cards. My mom always say, you prepare to fail. What is it? You fail to prepare. You prepare to fail. And we have not failed because I've grabbed some cards. All right, so we're going to let's do from my Woman Manifesting card deck. Goddess Damali, since it's your birthday weekend, pull a card for us, please. Hello, Goddess Linda. Hello, Goddess Afua. Hello, Goddess Mignon. Happy belated birthday. Well, you know what? I'm a big believer in celebrating our birthdays for a month. So it's still your birthday. Happy birthday. Hello, Goddess Abiola is in the house. Goddess Melissa, Goddess Angelina, Grand Rising Beauty. Okay, so Goddess Damali pulled a number 7, pulling from the Woman Manifesting Goddess Affirmation card deck. All right, so we're going to shuffle 7 times. And our intention that we're focusing on this week, because our focus is we're going to be talking about excuses, releasing the excuses that are holding you back. The excuses that are not letting you be great. All right, so our focus, the opposite of excuses, is intention. So let's focus on whatever it is that you are intending in your life, that you are inviting in, that you are welcoming in. And I'm going to shuffle 7 times. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so I am pulling from the top. And ooh, Goddess Damali, you pulled Goddess Anahita. I don't know if you can see that. And this is a card of alignment. Alignment is the focus. which makes sense because we're talking about intention. How do we get what we intend? Somebody hit the share button. Hit the share button because some folks need to see this on your Facebook timeline. Hit the share button. Intention. So we pulled an alignment card, and here's the affirmation. I am enough. My energies are balanced and aligned with nature. That's a very Goddess Damali card. I am enough. My energies are balanced and aligned with nature. Okay, that is the perfect place for us to begin our conversation on excuses. So way back in my college days, I pledged a sorority, the first and the finest African-American sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And one of the things that they teach you, they drive home to you a mantra that they have in sororities and fraternities, historically Black sororities and fraternities, is a mantra that goes, excuses are tools of the incompetent. They build monuments of nothingness. Those who succeed in them seldom succeed in anything else. And we were made to repeat that, to learn that, to get that into our veins and our blood. But that is a lot to live up to, people. Right? That is way harsh. It may be true. It may not be true. We're going to unpack that, but that is a very harsh place to come from. And I'm from the point of view of us having compassion for ourselves as we are building our monumental and incredible lives, right? And so if we're coming from a place of, I'm going to repeat it again, excuses are tools of the incompetent, my goddesses here in this room are not incompetent. I'm not incompetent. You're not incompetent. Yes, we do have excuses. What are excuses then, really? Here's how I look at it now. Excuses are a story that you have made up, not a good thing, not a bad thing, not making you wrong for it, but it's a story that you have made up about your circumstances, about your situation, about your past, your present, and your future that is keeping you from the greatness that I know you to be. Yes? Somebody write down some of that. Transcribe some of that. I'm going to say it again, or try to say it again. Excuses are a story that you have created, doing the best that you can with the people, the places, the circumstances that came into your life. Excuses are stories that you have created about yourself, about your past, about your present, and about your future that are blocking you from your greatness. That is what excuses are. Excuses are stories. And most of the time, we are so invested in these stories. We're so invested in our victimhood that we can't see past it. We can't surmount it. We can't leap over it. And so then we're wondering when we're trying to build our spiritpreneur dreams, or, trying to build our businesses, or, trying to have happy, healthy communication with the people that we love, or call in and attract our abundance and the things that we're wanting to welcome into our lives, why it's so difficult. Well, here's the thing. Discipline, people talk about discipline. Well, you got to be disciplined. Get disciplined. Get disciplined. Discipline is BS. Your discipline will only take you but so far, because discipline doesn't take into account the stories that we have created, the stories that we have inherited, the ways that we are telling ourselves and other people are reflecting to us on a daily basis what, our lack, our limitation and loss. Yes, write that down too. Excuses are an investment in lack, limitation, and loss. Excuses, the stories that we tell ourselves, are an investment in lack, limitation, and loss. So we want to invest in something else. We want to invest in possibility. We want to invest in a new vision of who we are and what we're capable of in our lives. There was a huge story that was going on. I just came back from the Dominican Republic. Hopefully I still have like my Dominican more chocolate going on. Right? I was in the Dominican Republic. And while I was out there, right before I went, like this story came out about Kylie Jenner. Forbes called Kylie Jenner the first, about to be the youngest self-made billionaire in history, surpassing my girl from Spanx, who I always talk about, Sarah Blakely. And people got a little up in arms, you know, because they were calling her self-made. Now, in Guyana, we have a saying, give Jockey Jacket, right? That means give credit where credit is due. Give Jockey Jacket. So we give Jockey Jacket, we give Kylie credit for doing that. That is amazing. That is monumental. I celebrate women who are doing big things. But people got their panties in a bunch, rightfully so, and I've had my panties in a bunch, and it's not comfortable, because they called Kylie self-made, right? And Kylie is awesome. She's amazing. I don't know her. I watch the show like everybody else, like a lot of people, not everybody else, like a lot of people, but she's not self-made. So a lot of people had issue with that. A lot of people had huge issues with it. There were think pieces written. Dictionary.com came out and defined self-made, right? People were talking about self-made, and it was an important conversation because, you know, if we're thinking of that as the measuring stick, and somebody had a leg up where they've literally been on a TV show and had a platform since they were 9 years old, and that's the barometer by which we're measuring other people's success, then there is a disparity there, right? There's a privilege gap there. However, there's a big however. Hold on, listen. However, we cannot get stuck in the mindset of trying to figure out whether Kylie is self-made or not self-made, because while I'm off and trying to make a blog post or a video trying to unpack whether Kylie's self-made and where she got the $25,000 from, that she said she invested her own $25,000, and you know, okay, right? Like, while I'm trying to unpack that, you know, she just made 25,000, you know, more dollars in that minute, in that second, while I'm trying to unpack that and I'm figuring that out. While I'm trying to focus on Kylie or whoever and the advantages that life granted them, I'm missing my own advantages. I'm missing my own light. I'm missing my own boat. I'm missing the brightness and the most incredible things about me and my journey. And one thing that I am not going to do, even with all of the, you know, excuses that I can make, the stories that I can make up about my lack, my limitation, my loss, the things that hold me back, the things that I'm not going to do, is that I'm not going to look my ancestors in the face and tell them that I don't have an inheritance, that they didn't give me anything, that they didn't prop me up, that I'm not standing on the shoulders of giants. And so with the same energy and vitriol and vigor, because first it did touch me off for a second too. I was like, well, you know, because I work with spiritpreneur goddesses, right? It did touch me off for a second and be like, well, that's not exactly self-made, but that's not my fight. That's not my battle. That's not my story to tell. That's not my situation. My focus is on my own magical, beautiful, and exciting life. I can't get distracted, just like you can't get distracted on the next person. And, oh, okay, well, why do they, you know, have that car or that apartment or that home or that whatever, or that family, or their husband's cheating on them, or whatever it is, or they're living on. That's not your fight. That's not your fight. And if you get caught up in that, you are then seeing the world through victim-colored glasses. You're then seeing the lack rather than the blessings that you've been given. Instead, focus on what is your inheritance. What is in your trust fund? Now, you may be saying, well, Abiola, I don't have a trust fund. Yes, you do. We got a trust fund. I'm about to break it on down. Goddess Linda said, I don't have a nickel in that dime. I like that saying. Yes, yes. Right? I don't have a dog in that fight. Not my Goddess Damali, what's the saying that we had the other day? Not my clowns, not my circus. It wasn't that, but it was something like that. Not my clowns, not my circus. We cannot worry about that. Instead, focus on your own legacy. What? I have a legacy of people who are survivors. I have a legacy of people who have been through the fire and are still standing. I have a legacy of people who said, I can, when the world said that they could not. I have a legacy that says that statistics, which are just numbers you can make up, you know, like they say there are lies, damn lies and statistics. I have a legacy that says that, you know, statistics say that I should have been counted out a long time ago as a kid growing up in urban New York City in the 80s, in the crack era, should have been in jail or, you know, pregnant at 14 or whatever it is. And again, nothing, you know, if anyone has experienced those things and come out of them, that is beautiful and incredible, right? But you cannot rely on statistics or someone else's data to tell you your story. Tell your own story and tell your story in a different way to yourself. So that is step one. Step number one, if you are wanting to get out of a point of view of excuses, because it's easy to get caught up in excuses, right? We could say, well, you know, well, I'm just big bone, or I'm just, you know, all the good men are dogs, or they're all taken, or, you know, Kylie Jenner, she had $25,000 going in, or whatever it is. There's a point where those become excuses because you are invested in your lack, your limitation, and your loss. You can continue to do that. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm just sharing with you how I see it. And so you want to, how you see yourself and how you tell your story to yourself is the most important thing that you will do for yourself. Like I said, discipline, being disciplined is only going to get you so far. What you have to do is we have to change the belief system that keeps us stuck, the belief system that keeps us, you know, invested in certain behaviors, the belief system that says, you don't need to get up right now, you know, roll over and treat yourself, right? If you're thinking, you know, well, I want to get up and go jogging at 7 a.m. or I want to have better communication with my partner, or I want to build my dream business. The belief system, the excuses that we have to ourselves, change the story. What's the story that you have? What are some of the excuses that you have as to why you can't have what you want to do? What are some of the excuses that you have about, you know, why you don't have the abundance, the love, the health, the wealth, the success, the happiness that you have? Then figure out what is the story that you've been telling yourself, because we've been telling ourselves some stories. What is the story you've been telling yourself about that? And create a new story. Now, let me just say this, because this is really important to point out in these conversations about our empowerment. I'm not talking about changing your victim colored glasses for rose colored glasses and pretending to yourself that something is other than it is. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I am absolutely not talking about putting a smiley face on the gas tank of your car when it's empty. If your gas tank is empty, you cannot put a smiley face on, you know, on the gas tank and be like, all right, now I'm going to rock it out. I'm going to go because I've just put a smiley face on the gas tank. No. What do you have to do? You have to fill up your gas tank. And the way that you do that is by starting out from a point of view of being real with yourself. Being real with yourself unapologetically. Okay, who am I? Who am I? What is holding me back? What are the stories that I'm telling that are blocking me? And until you know that, you can't tell a different story because you're too invested in the old one. All right? So then, now that you've, you know, seen it as it is and you've created a new story, now you can create a vision, a reason why you want to do it, why you want things to be different. What is your why? What is your why? So if there is something that you're wanting to do, make sure that it's what you are wanting to do. And the way that you do that is by focusing on the why. What's the why? Why do you want a strong, healthy, beautiful body? Why do you want abundance and wealth and riches? Why do you want, an incredible family and partnership and healthy communication and all of those things? Get clear for you on what your why is, and let that inspire you. Let that pull you towards your goal when, the discipline wears off. Like, oh yeah, I want to feel good in my body. I want to feel energized in my body. I want to feel healthy. I want to feel well-being. I want to feel juiced up. I want to feel unstoppable. Remember that impossible is just somebody else's opinion. I'm going to say that again. Impossible is someone else's opinion. It has nothing to do with you. It has absolutely nothing to do with you, with your story, with your life, with anything that you have been, or anything that you can be, okay? So tell yourself a different story. Create for yourself a compelling why, a strong reason why, and let that be your belief system, your possibilities. Create the vision for yourself. Write it out. Write it out in very specific detail. A really, really powerful exercise that we did in Belize. The Goddess Pray Love Belize Goddesses. Yes, goddesses. I'm loving the comments. Yes. Hit the share button. Let your people know what's going on. One of the powerful exercises that we did was that we wrote out in detail where we were going to be a year from now, as if it already is. So goddesses, my Belize goddesses, here's what I want you to do. And for the goddesses who were not in Belize, I urge you and encourage you to do that exercise. It is now July, at the time of this recording, July 22nd, 2018. I want you to write out in detail, July 22nd, 2019, all right, what your life looks like. Very specific detail. Use your senses, use your feelings. How do you feel? Be very detailed about it. And then I want you to read that to yourself every single day. Every single day, you're going to tell yourself a different story. We're going to let go of the excuses. We're going to let go of the investment in limitation and lack. And we're going to invest in this new story of possibility. That's all that success is. Because if you ask 20 people the definition of success, you're going to get 20 different definitions. Success is you investing in your own possibility, you having fulfillment of what it is that you feel is possible for you. You starting out at point A and getting to point B. That is all that it is. And impossible is someone else's opinion. All right. So that is your assignment for this week. That is your sacred assignment for this week. Write out a very, very detailed life description, bio, whatever it is, of a year from now, of what your life looks like. And then you're going to read it to yourself every single day. You got a lot coming at you. We've got a lot of things that are coming at us, telling us, making us wrong for just being. Making us, making with an investment in who you should be or could be or would be. We're not invested in woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? Like I always say, we're not going to should all over ourselves. No, we are going to invest in the power and the possibility by creating a new story. Yes, Goddess Melissa, success is not optional, not at all. Success is not optional. Goddess, yes, Coach Kaylin is affirming. She's going to write out July 22nd, 2019. What does your life look like? What does your life look like? Goddess Courtney says, I have plenty examples of the stories I tell myself. Yes. No more stories of, what is wrong with you, why you can't accomplish it, that's too much or whatever it is. Let go of those stories. Tell a new story. You can do it. You are doing it. It is possible, and it's possible for you. Let's be more invested in the possibilities than the lack and the limitation. The excuses, and we have people around us that will affirm the excuses for us, right? We get into an amen corner about like we were talking about with Kylie Jenner, or all the things that are wrong with the world and wrong with us, and why we can't move forward, and why we can't, make things happen. Instead, get yourself an amen corner of positivity and possibility. That's why I love my goddesses. If you are not in, our free Facebook group at imanifestmagic.com, put the link in the comments so somebody can join us. imanifestmagic.com. Yes, thank you for the hearts. Get yourself a community of possibility. An amen corner, instead of people affirming for you the worst about you and the worst about why you can't accomplish and what's wrong with you and what's wrong with the world. Get people who will actively affirm the best of you and help you to see clearly who you are. Yes, my goddesses in the Spiritpreneur Guru Academy have a powerful amen corner of possibilities. A powerful corner of possibilities. Restructure your life where it's about community and cooperation rather than competition and trying to rip down the next person and this, that, and the other. Eyes on the prize, eyes on your own paper being your own life, and all that is great for you, all that you can do. Write out that very, very detailed description. And as a matter of fact, I want receipts. So goddesses, whenever you are watching this, come into the Facebook group at imanifestmagic.com. And for those of you who last week I told you I'd give you a link to my old detox course, I will give it to you this week. I was in DR. imanifestmagic.com. Come on over. Give us a link or a video or something where you are breaking down a year from now, a year from this moment, what your life looks like, so that we can be the amen corner for your possibilities, for everything that you can, will, and are doing, so that we can reflect for you the greatest in you. Again, it's not about putting a smiley face on the gas tank, because you got to re-gas if the car is empty, all right? It's not about pretending that stuff doesn't stink when y'all are all sitting up in there in the funk. Open the windows, get some new air, get some new energy, get a new story, get a new possibility, get a new vision and a new dream for yourself. You can do it. You are doing it. You are enough. You are capable. You are beautiful. You are fearlessly, fearfully, and wonderfully made. And this is going to be your best week yet. How can it not be? It's my birthday week is coming up. So I'm sharing with you some of my birthday energy that's coming up. Some of my sister's birthday energy from yesterday. The fact that this is your best time ever. Your best time ever. And I'm going to leave you with this. Last year, two years ago, 3 years ago, maybe now, I went to Ferguson. I was out there giving a talk at a nearby university. And I said, I need to go to Ferguson. This was just after the uprising and everything that was happening in their community. And I went there and I meditated. You can find the video on my YouTube channel. I'll post it in our Facebook group later. But I met an activist there who was the most powerful, positive person, and I wish I can remember her name. I have it somewhere in my notes, and I have her card there. An activist who was actively working in Ferguson to empower this community that had been, burnt down and just devastated by, the events that had just transpired, right? And she said to me, I asked her, because she was so positive and so bubbly, and I was an emotional wreck. I was looking around, I was not there. This was after the shooting of an unarmed teen named Michael Brown. And, the teddy bears and the toys that people in his community had put on the street for him were still there on the street. And so I was a basket case. I was destroyed emotionally, mentally, and I said to her, how are you so bubbly and how are you able to maintain that in the midst of, all of this devastation and loss and sadness and sorrow? And she said to me what I often say to everyone else, oftentimes we can't do surgery on yourself. So Inspirers need to be inspired, right? Leaders need to be led. Teachers need to be taught. And she said to me words that I often say to other people. She said, if I can't give from an empty cup. And so I have to fill myself up with joy and possibility in order for me to be able to give back and be the best that I can for myself and my community, and that I have to put the airplane mask on myself first. And the same is true for you. The same is true for you. And if you are more invested in your excuses and why you can't do it, in the fact that you are big boned, or you were born poor and that's a problem, or you were born rich and that's a problem, we can make a problem out of anything. Right? Like, one person over here is like, oh, my life sucks because nobody ever gave me anything. The other person over here is like, oh, my life sucks because they gave me everything and I don't know what to do with it. We can make excuses out of everything. Instead, be invested in the possibilities. You are possible. Affirm it. I am possible. I am possible. We are possible. Yes. Yes, goddess. Yes. Hit the share button. Let people on your timeline know that we are possible and we are doing it together. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your Sunday, or whenever you're watching this, and a beautiful rest of your week. Be seen, be heard, be a movement, goddess. Namaste. Yay! We are possible. Affirm it. I am possible. We are possible. Are you possible? Yes, I am possible. All right, so I'm figuring out. Thank you for the hearts. How to end. All right, got YouTube going.